Welcome back to Beyond Markets. Now we move to Nigeria. On a day it marked the 15th anniversary of its creation, the political behemoth People's Democratic Party has been factionalized. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, 6 northern governors and Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amiachi yesterday announced the formation of a splinter group. Opiemi Agbaje, CEO of RTC Advisory, joins us from Lagos for more. Opiemi, thank you so much for making the time to join us. A quick snapshot. Why are we seeing this split? What are the key contention points?
Well, it runs back, quite frankly, to the 2011 elections. You will recall that ex-president Umaru Yar'Adua died in power. Goodluck Jonathan, his deputy, took office. There was an argument from northern politicians that there was this custom of zoning elections and that the North was entitled to complete 2 terms, which had been interrupted by Yar'Adua's death. Of course, given the fact of the Constitution, Jonathan had a right under the Constitution to contest, and because he was the incumbent president, he did contest and he won, essentially against Northern objections. I think that argument never ended. There was what I interpret as a temporary ceasefire. And immediately after the elections, the underground argument continued. Essentially, what we're seeing is a culmination of that disaffection, as it appears that Jonathan is inclined towards a second term, and he's seizing control of the party towards winning a second presidential primary within the PDP. I think those who were opposed to that eventuality finally decided they had had enough.
OPM, if we look at the split, what are its implications for President Jonathan's ambitions then for another turn in 2015, excuse me? Does this mean that this is completely off the cards?
It would be a bit presumptuous to say it's completely off the cards, but it certainly has made President Jonathan's re-election a lot more difficult. It was already difficult because an opposition coalition in the name of the All Progressives Congress had emerged that was merging the Southwest votes from the Action Congress of Nigeria, the ACN, with the northern popularity of 2 other parties, of General Buhari in the CPC and of the ANPP, All Nigeria People's Party, which controlled 3 states in the north. So you already had that opposition coalition that essentially was a more credible platform to challenge Jonathan's re-election. And now you have this splinter group within the PDP itself, which is the majority of the northern governors, quite frankly, and allied with the powerful governor in Rivers State, which is a very strong, rich state in President Jonathan's own home base. Certainly the 2015 elections have become vastly more competitive.
Let's take a South African example, OPM, and I think, you know, we also saw in South Africa the ruling party losing some of its key members to splinter groups, which in turn have actually enriched the competitive environment of the political landscape in South Africa. Now, if we take that example and we translate it into the Nigerian context now, we're seeing out of a total of 36 states, the PDP was controlling 23. Now, does it really make a difference that they are now down to 16? Is this a setback that the PDP is unlikely to come back from?
I wouldn't say it's a setback that they're unlikely to come back from. On the other hand, I would say it's slightly different. Yes, there's some similarities with South Africa, but this is different. These are governors, these are politicians who hold states, who control at least 30 senators in the National Senate, who are influential. I think that the people who left the ANC, for instance, Becky and the others who went to COPE, may not be as popular in the grassroots, in the regions, as this group that has just happened. So there's a lot more at stake here than in the South African elections, but the PDP cannot be written off. It's a strong party. It enjoys the advantage of incumbency. It can build alternatives in the local territories to these people. There are many disaffected politicians in every region of Nigeria who have been displaced by many of the existing governors who may help the PDP put up a strong show in all of those regions. So yes, it's, as I said, going to be vastly more competitive, but you cannot write off the PDP. It's going to be a very tough battle in 2015, I think.
And I tend to agree on that tough battle, of course, OPM, because if we look at the fact that for the first time in 14 years, we're actually seeing a credible opposition, or what has been called a credible opposition, in the form of the All Progressives Congress coming up in Nigeria. So that, coupled with an increasing number of partners, surely must make for a more competitive environment. But what I want to find out from you is, how have ordinary Nigerians received the news of the split?
I would say for the ordinary Nigerians, maybe we are not too impressed. Maybe we regard this as jostling over power by people essentially interested in office. None of these groups has so far made the welfare of the Nigerian people, any ideas about governance, any debates around the quality of governance, corruption, infrastructure, economic policy, poverty, unemployment. No, they're not fighting over that. And I think that's the attitude of the Nigerian people. This fight is about regional power. This is about retention of their power bases. This is about people trying to resist the erosion of their authority or their influence over the next elections. So this is not about the people, and I think the people understand that. However, given the reality of Nigerian politics, it's a democracy that is determined by big men across the regions. Big men determine who the small men, the masses, vote for. So while it's not about the people, while the people may be sanguine about its implications, it might affect the outcome of the elections.
Opiemi, thank you so much for making the time to join us. Of course, that was Opieni Agbaje, CEO of RTC Advisory.